2024 has been a monumental year for VR gaming, with virtual reality taking players to incredible new heights and depths. From swinging swords in medieval fantasies to solving supernatural mysteries, VR has something for everyone. With more people than ever strapping on headsets and diving into immersive worlds, these games have captured the hearts and wallets of gamers everywhere. Get ready as we count down the top 10 most bought VR games of 2024, titles that redefined what it means to play in virtual reality. Blade and Sorcery is a physics-driven medieval fantasy sandbox that allows players to live out their combat fantasies in VR. With an emphasis on realistic combat mechanics, players can wield swords, axes, shields, and even magic to engage in thrilling battles. The game's dynamic physics systems makes every interaction feel tactile and responsive, whether you're parrying an enemy's attack or hurling them across the room with telekinesis. The customization options in Blade and Sorcery are vast, letting players tailor their loadouts and environments to suit their combat preferences. Whether battling hordes of enemies in the arena or experimenting with different weapons in the sandbox, the game offers limitless replayability. Its modding community has further expanded its potential, introducing new weapons, spells, and scenarios. The game's popularity stems from its unique ability to make players feel truly immersed in a medieval fantasy world. With frequent updates and new content dropped in 2024, Blade and Sorcery remains a staple for VR enthusiasts looking for a visual and engaging experience. Gorilla Tag revolutionized VR multiplayer gaming with its unique locomotion mechanics. Players use their arms to propel themselves across vibrant maps, mimicking the movement of gorillas. This fresh approach to movement not only creates a fun and chaotic gameplay loop, but also adds a physical workout element to the experience. Game's social nature is one of the biggest draws. Whether playing tag, hide and seek, or other custom modes, Gorilla Tag fosters a sense of camaraderie and competition among players. The simple yet addictive gameplay mechanics make it easy to jump into, while its strategic depth keeps players coming back for more. With its growing community and frequent updates, Gorilla Tag continues to dominate the VR charts. Its appeal lies in its simplicity and the joy of its movement mechanics, making it a must-have for VR players of all ages. Next up, we have Half-Life. It's Valve's flagship VR experience and a masterpiece of immersive storytelling. Set between the events of Half-Life and Half-Life 2, players step into the shoes of Alyx Vance as she battles the Combine to save humanity. The game's attention to detail is unparalleled, with breathtaking environments, lifelike interactions, and a gripping narrative. The gameplay blends exploration, puzzle solving, and intense combat, making full use of VR's capabilities. From manually reloading your weapon in a firefight to searching through shells for resources, every action feels meaningful and engaging. The game's atmospheric sound design and stunning visuals amplify the sense of presence, drawing players deeper into its world. As a showcase of what VR gaming can achieve, Half-Life is a must-play for any VR owner. Its critical acclaim and strong sales in 2024 underscore its status as a benchmark title in the medium. Beat Saber is a rhythm-based VR phenomenon where players slash glowing blocks to beat of enigmatic music. Armed with dual lightsaber-like weapons, players must match their movement to the game's pulsating soundtrack, creating a satisfying blend of exercise and entertainment. The game's mechanics make it accessible to newcomers while offering plenty of challenges for seasoned players. With a wide variety of songs and difficulty levels, as well as custom track options, Beat Saber ensures endless replayability. The addition of DLC packs in 2024 have only broadened its appeal, introducing songs by diverse genres and artists. Beat Saber transcends traditional gaming, becoming a staple for VR enthusiasts and fitness buffs alike. Its ability to combine physical activity with addictive gameplay has solidified its position as one of the most purchased and beloved VR games. No Man's Sky brings an expansive universe to life in VR, offering players an unparalleled sense of exploration. The game allows you to traverse generated planets, build bases, and engage in space battles, all while immersing yourself in its vast and colourful cosmos. The transition to VR has added an entirely new layer of immersion, making each discovery feel even more personal. And the game's multiplayer component lets players explore the universe with friends, sharing the excitement of uncovering alien life forms or crafting intricate settlements. The frequent updates from Hello Games have continued to expand its content, introducing new gameplay mechanics and visual enhancements that make the VR experience even more compelling. In 2024, No Man's Sky remains a favourite for VR players seeking freedom and adventure. Its blend of exploration, creativity and stunning visuals ensure its spot as one of the most purchased VR titles. Boneworks is a physics-driven VR action-adventure game that pushes the boundaries of interaction and immersion. Players navigate a surreal, dystopian world using an arsenal of weapons and tools to solve puzzles and defeat enemies. The game's advanced physics energy and engine allows for realistic interactions, making every encounter feel unique and dynamic. From climbing structures to manipulating objects, Boneworks offers a player a high degree of freedom in how they approach challenges. And the game's combat system is equally engaging, with weapons that feel weighty and responsive. Its emphasis on experimentation and player agency makes it a standout title in the VR space. With its innovative mechanics and immersion gameplay, Boneworks has earned its place among the top VR games of 2024. It's a game that rewards creativity and curiosity, making it a must-play for fans of virtual reality. One of my favourites is Phasmophobia. It's a co-op horror game that tasks players with investigating paranormal activity in haunted locations. Equipped with ghost hunting tools, players must work together to gather evidence and identify the type of ghost they're dealing with. The VR mode amplifies the terror, making every creak and shadow feel all the more real. The game's social aspect is a major draw, as players must communicate and coordinate to complete their objectives. And the tension builds as ghostly encounters become more frequent, leading to heart-pounding moments that keep players on the edge. Its procedural generation ensures that no two investigations feel the same. In 2024, Phasmophobia continues to scare and thrill VR players worldwide. Its combination of co-op gameplay and intense horror has cemented its status as one of the most popular VR games. The Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners delivers a gripping survival horror experience set in the iconic Walking Dead universe. Players must scavenge for supplies, craft weapons and make tough moral choices as they navigate the zombie-infested streets of New Orleans. The game's story-driven campaign is filled with moments of tension, action and emotional weight. And the VR mechanics enhance the immersion, allowing players to physically interact with their environment. Whether stabbing a walker in the head or rummaging through drawers for resources, every action feels physical and impactful. The game's branching narrative ensures that players' choices have meaningful consequences. With its deep gameplay and atmospheric setting, Saints and Sinners remains a standout title in 2024. It's a must-play for fans of survival horror and the Walking Dead franchise. Pavlov VR is a multiplayer VR shooter that emphasizes realism and tactical gameplay. Players engage in intense matches across various modes, from classic team deathmatches to defusal missions. The game's realistic weapon mechanics, including manual reloading and bullet physics, create a highly immersive experience. And the community-driven nature of Pavlov VR is one of its greatest strengths. The custom maps, mods and game modes keep the experience fresh and engaging. The game's thriving player base ensures that matches are always fast-paced and competitive. As one of the most purchased VR shooters in 2024, Pavlov VR stands out for its depth, realism, and replayability. It's a must-have for fans for competitive VR gaming. Superhot VR offers a unique twist on action gaming by making time move only when the player does. This mechanic turns every encounter into a strategic puzzle where players must carefully plan their movements to dodge bullets, disarm enemies, and survive. The game's minimalist aesthetics and smooth gameplay create a distinctive and memorable experience. The VR adaptation takes the game's innovative mechanics to the next level, immersing players in its stylized world. Every action feels deliberate and impactful. Whether you're throwing a weapon or punching an enemy, the game's short, intense levels make it perfect for quick but satisfying play sessions. With its innovative gameplay and immersive design, Superhot VR remains a staple of virtual reality gaming in 2024. Its blend of action and strategy ensures it's a game that players return to again and again. So, the VR gaming landscape in 2024 has been defined by innovation, immersion, and unforgettable experiences. These top 10 titles showcase the best of what VR has to offer, from physics-driven sandboxes to gripping survival horrors. Whether you're a seasoned VR enthusiast or new to the platform, these games represent the pinnacle of virtual reality entertainment. Dive in and experience the future of gaming today.